Good morning and welcome back to the
Maxwell.
Definitely. Great opportunity here for Nottingham to get into the Leeds half, and it is a kick-in for Nottinghamshire. Doesn't seem like the Twinergy is twinaging this morning. Adam and Sam there. Just a little miscommunication on a kick-in. Opportunity now for Leeds to make it 2-0. It's very impressive how Dan Rigby can get so much power in his spin on his chair. Obviously, you train at Leeds with the other Leeds team. Leeds, what are they called again? Sorry?
Leeds Dynamos.
Dynamos, thank you. I was going to call them Chariots, but this is Chariots. Yeah, and you guys work alongside them, don't you?
Just to interrupt you there, Dan Rigby's just scored a goal, like you were saying. Dan Rigby's got the power. Oh.
He has indeed. Millie has been hot on the refereeing today.
Just waiting for the referees to come to an agreement.
And it is disallowed for a set ball.
That was an interesting decision. I'm not too sure what happened there.
Looks like the keeper is going to take the kick. Oh, actually, we've gone for a goal kick. He signalled for a set ball.
Going back to what you were saying about Dan, how Dan gets power, I think it's a lot of it is technique. You know, this game, the further to the end of the bumper you can hit the ball, the stronger the pass is going to be. And Dan just hits the ball perfectly every time. And I think it just comes down to practice, really.
I remember going up to Leeds many moons ago for a cup quarter-final or semi-final, and I just saw Dan there just spinning and hitting balls. I was completely amazed at how much accuracy and power he can get.
That's excellent.
We've got Lewis Harris here on the pitch, who is fresh from Largs in Scotland after winning the Four Nations Cup alongside England Development.
And Dan Rigby was there as well.
He was indeed.
So these two.
It was a great tournament to watch. Really, really good. There's a promising future for the Four Nations in the future with their amazing players. Adam Langley teeing up for his twin, Kieran Wade.
Kieran, of course, used to play for Leeds Chariots.
He did indeed. From Hull, I believe, to Leeds Chariots, and now at Nottinghamshire.
A good East. Moving through the clubs on the East.
He'll be going up north soon. Substitution now. Kieran Wade is coming off for Irish international Sean Donoghue. Dan Rigby on the ball here. Lewis Harris. 2-on-1 violation in favour of Leeds Chariots. Adam Langley and Sean Donoghue just a little too close there.
Yeah, a bit of miscommunication here, I think, from Nottingham Forest, Nottinghamshire. They can just find that team and communication. Might be a lot. It might work better as a team. They seem to be. I mean, I think it is their first game, and obviously first games can be, getting into the rhythm can be quite difficult. But they just need to get into that rhythm. Leeds are in that rhythm, and they need to catch up.
Nottingham are trying so hard to push into the Leeds half, but they just keep getting pushed back into their own half by Leeds, who are very clinical. I believe if they win this game, do they push into first place on the league?
We've just had a goal there.
We have as well. Goals galore here.
Jack Maxwell with another strike.
Let's see if he can get a hat-trick today.
Let's obviously, who was it? Lewis Harris.
2-0 to Leeds Chariots. A very good game, which should put some points on the board for Leeds, pushing for that title. Do you have any predictions who are going to win the league this season, Jack?
It's very, very close, isn't it? I don't think it's ever been this close before, but, you know, with my Leeds hat on, I've got to say it's got to be Leeds, but it could be anybody's. I mean, Teesside are looking extremely strong at the minute. I know it's a sore spot, I don't want to go too far, but yeah, Teesside have been on something else this season. Tyler Reid is such a great player. Him and Ed Common, and even Greg Baxter, when they link up as a team, they are incredible. And with Mitch Tinkler as well, they can get so much. The ball moves so fast, but they're also so good at keeping the heads cool and, you know, doing well against pretty much any team. They're a hard team to play against.
The chemistry between that Teesside team this season has been phenomenal, I have to say. They are a force to be reckoned with. Contact foul here in favour of Nottingham PFC. Dan Rigby just clinked bumpers with the goalkeeper.
Lewis just, I think, having a few words there.
Harris, Rigby plays a long shot over to Maxwell, but it's interrupted by Langley. Maxwell, Rigby, Maxwell again, Rigby, and it's saved by Sam Langley. Substitution for Nottingham PFC, we have Adam Langley coming off and Leighton Gee coming on.
A great move from Leeds, that, just to open Nottinghamshire out. But, you know, that ball across the box, you know, as we all know, can be so deadly, and there it nearly was. They've just got to keep trying, I think. You know, Nottinghamshire are quite a defensive side, but, you know, they've got to just keep trying and maybe find another couple of opportunities.
Great chance there for Leeds. Lewis Harris striked the ball towards goal, not into goal, towards goal, and it was denied by Sam Langley. Goal kick for Nottinghamshire PFC. Hadfield ready to take the ball. So Jack, as your prediction is for Leeds to win the league, what do you think has changed for Leeds to be at the top of the table this season?
So I would have to move because there's a corner, so just have to bear with me a moment.
I think we both will.
Dan will take my legs off.
Sorry, we just had to move there for Dan Rigby, if not we will become amputees. And that nearly bounced into goal there, off of the back of Sam Langley's chair.
Still knocking at the door, Harris. You know, and you were just saying then about what has changed for Leeds, and I think they've really changed the way they're playing the game. I think last season we saw them play quite far out, that far out approach, and in some games it works, and in some situations it works. But I think, you know, with this sport, you've got to be able to adapt. You've got to be able to change your play style to suit the opposition, and I think.
Exactly, you've got to be able to adapt and have multiple choices and not just be a one-trick pony. You've got to have a lot on your arsenal to be able to adapt to each game.
And I think that's really it. It's the adaptability that Leeds have got now. They've changed the play style. They've gone kind of more conventional with a 3 out, but they can still do 4 out at times.
I agree, yeah. They were very hard to break down at the beginning of the league. When Aspire played Leeds Chariots, I believe we lost to Leeds. They were just very clinical and hard to break down defensively. And it seems they have improved game on game on game. Lewis Harris just knocked the ball out for a Nottingham kick in. Leighton Gee just had a shot, denied by the goalkeeper.
Harrison Taylor in between the sticks today. Leeds only with 4 players. Jack Britton is unfortunately unavailable for this weekend due to illness. We wish Jack a speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
But that's the thing. Leeds have got no substitutes, so you can't really switch it up player-wise. They've just got to keep going. But
Dan Rigby in the danger spot. Maxwell, ball just escaped in behind from a pass from Dan Rigby for a kick in Nottingham's half for Nottinghamshire.
I always feel like these kick-ins are the most dangerous, the ones that are in your own half. It can be so hard to break out of them.
It is the ball that I hate to take the most as a kick taker.
I'd have to agree with you on that one. Goal kicks are, I think, second on the list, but a sideline deep in your own half is so difficult.
I'm going to pull up some statistics for our audience. We look at our player stats. The top goal scorer is on the pitch at the minute, Jack Maxwell, with 23 goals, 4 ahead of Dylan Kelsall. Dylan Kelsall, a rising star in the game, has broken into the England first team fold.
Yeah, Dylan Kelsall, definitely a player to watch. He's so, just the way he plays the game is just excellent. And you know, there's definitely big things for him further down the line.
I couldn't agree with you more there. And it's also interesting, Dan Rigby is the top assister with 23 assists. So it seems Dan Rigby has assisted all of Jack Maxwell's goals.
Yeah, I think one of the other thing you were talking about before is what have Leeds changed this season. I think one of the things that Leeds have is such a strong connection. You know, Dan and Lewis, you know, they rented a house together.
I did not know that.
They lived together for, well, I think Lewis has gone back to Birmingham, but they've, lived together for a while. And Jack Maxwell and Dan Rigby are very, very close friends. And same with Lewis Harris as well. I think it's such a tight unit at Leeds that's, you know, I think gives them that extra edge when it comes to playing football. They can almost, they've got that friendship bond. Like you said, the chemistry is unbelievable on the court.
I often do see Dan Rigby and Lewis Harris up the pub on Instagram playing pool or snooker. I'm not quite sure. I'm not that inclined to. But
that was me and Lewis. We had a game of pool while having a few drinks, I should say.
Beverages.
We were both equally as bad as each other. I hope he won't mind me saying that, but
a bad influence on one another. But it's great to hear, like, there's such a tight bond at Leeds. And this is where, like, the Power Chair football family really comes into play. It is, like you said, Dan and Lewis were living together. It is like a family, like brothers.
Exactly, yeah.
Got a kick in here in Leeds half for Leeds.
Nottinghamshire are doing quite well then, just to build that attack, put Leeds under a bit of pressure. The Leeds 1-0 up, not too phased by it, but it was a bit of a chance there for Nottinghamshire, and they've got to take those in this game, really. It's a Leeds sideline ball.
Jack here is geeing on Lewis Harris in the game. Dan Rigby just slightly unlucky there.
Again, Lewis Harris is such a character, and
he really is.
Maxwell, I think maybe could have got at the end of that, and I think that's what he was signalling to Jack Maxwell.
It's also worth noting at Leeds do have the most clean sheets with 13 clean sheets this season.
Yeah, quite solid defensively. Again, I think it's Harris as well. Harris can be so controlling in that middle of the park that really means defensively Leeds are quite solid.
If you're interested in scores on the other pitch, on Court B we have Sevenoaks versus West Bromwich Albion Frossall. It's a battle to stay in the league. They're trying to avoid relegation, and it is 1-0 to Sevenoaks. A great goal from Miles Miller at 4 minutes into the game. We're just approaching half-time on Court B. But on Court A, we are in the dying seconds of this match, with Leeds Chariots in the lead, winning 2-0 so far. There's quite a lot of players again, sitting around the court, watching on. It's so tight at the bottom, at the top of the table. It's really generated a lot of buzz for all the players and spectators.
Definitely, I think the level this year has been outstanding, and both in the Championship and the Premiership, you know, it's been so tight. And you know, in previous years you could have looked at some teams and gone, maybe we could have beaten, you know, we could beat these. It's I think people should call it a winnable game. Now you go into every game, and every game is so topsy-turvy. It's like, well, is this a winnable game? Can we get the win here?
You have to take them as they come now.
Exactly.
Just like here, we are on Court A, and it is half-time with 2-0. My name's Rosie. I forgot to say my name at the beginning. I'm sorry. My name's Rosie Hodson. I'm joined with Jack Humphreys, and we will be back after the break. Testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning. We are back on Court A for Nottinghamshire PFC versus Leeds Chariots for the second half. My name's Rosie Hodgson and I'm joined with tech guru, enthusiast and overall brain box for the WFA streaming, Jack Humphreys. We're just about to kick off for the second half, here. So in the first half we talked a lot about Leeds Chariots and how well they're done this season. So this half we're going to talk a little bit more about Nottingham and how they are doing themselves. As Nottingham are towards the bottom of the table, unfortunately, and surprisingly, as Nottingham is one of those teams that you always expect to see in the league, don't you?
Yeah, I think with Nottingham, they are a very good side defensively. They're very strong defensively, and I think that's what really gives them that edge. They can just take. It's important at this level to just take it out of the game and stop teams from scoring, and Nottingham can do that.
So let's focus on some positives for Nottingham. Adam Langley is their top goal scorer this season, which is great to see, as Adam was off a lot last season due to health issues, so it's been strong to have him back in the league.
Good to see him bounce back the way he has. It's good.
Indeed. Right now we have Leighton G.
So a lot more open this second half. I expect Forest look like they're coming into the game a little bit more.
They are trying to push out of their own half. There seems to be an injection of determination into their playing. So far, we are only in the first few brand new minutes of the second half.
18 minutes to go. Leeds just got to hold on to the 2-0 lead. And again, it's not miles away for Nottinghamshire. Leeds have scored 2 in the first half. There's no reason they can't score 2. It'll be a really big upset for Leeds. It'll really harm their title hopes.
Indeed. Also, again, focusing on positives for Nottinghamshire PFC, Adam Langley is also their top assister.
That's good. Adam really showing the impact.
Dan Rigby, Harris, Maxwell,
unable to
Gee.
take the ball away from Leighton G there.
Leighton Gee just snuffed out the danger and took it into, or trying to take it into Leeds half. I'd really like to see them score. I think if Nottinghamshire do score this season, or today even, the gallery is going to go wild.
Absolutely. It looks way more open from Nottinghamshire. They look more composed. They don't look like they're chasing. They look so much better. But still having to deal with that Leeds onslaught from Dan Rigby and Lewis Harris there.
If we have a look at the bottom of the table, because this is a fight for survival this weekend for Nottinghamshire PFC. They are in the danger zone with 9 points in playoff position. This graphic is just slightly wrong. We are missing Norwich at the bottom there.
It's my bad. Put it down to my dodgy coding.
We've got Dan Rigby trying to force the ball into the game, and it's gone out for a corner kick. Rigby.
Sideline.
Oh, it's a sideline, was it? Sorry, my bad. Harris controlling the ball beautifully. Trying to keep it in play. Maxwell open. Maxwell plays it just the wrong side of the defender. And Sean Donoghue pushes into the lead half.
The game has changed so much. It's a very open game now.
Leighton and Dan Rigby.
In that first half, Leeds seemed to be trying to drag Sam Langley out in the middle. So they're trying to pull him out and then trying to pass round him, which is a common Leeds, common team tactic, I suppose. Trying to pull middleman out the game.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Jack. Trying to pull that middleman out will create so much more space to be able to play through their defence and hopefully end it with a goal.
But Sam Langley's looking a lot more disciplined, which means that it's harder to get the ball around him. He's looking way more disciplined in the second half. Maybe just got to keep that discipline, Nottinghamshire, to avoid another goal.
This time we are in a corner for a corner kick. The goalkeeper behind the line. Lewis House trying to block off that middleman in the box to create a gap. It's a bit unfortunate there. Lewis Harris just signalling to the keeper, don't worry.
So calm and composed, Lewis Harris, you know.
It just looks like he's having fun all the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the score, he's just always happy. Harris.
A little bit of danger here for Leeds.
Could have been a potential 2-on-1 foul there, but Nottingham quite disciplined. Kept their distance. The goalkeeper has came out of the area, trying to push into that Leeds half, but Leeds are just so strong on the ball.
Jack Maxwell just taking his time.
Harris, Rigby looking to play full spin. Harris, Rigby played it to the defender, and Sean Donoghue now. Gee, S. Langley. And Nottinghamshire push Leeds back in their half to give them a bit of breathing space and maybe just score a goal to become creeping in down Leeds, breathing down their throat. Oh my God, I stumbled on my words. I'm so sorry. Sam Langley. Leighton Gee on the ball. And looks like it's just creeped in front of them, and there's a Leeds kick in. Leighton Gee, one of the youngest players on the pitch at the moment. Very promising player. Got lots of talent there. It'd be great to see how he flourishes into a player when he grows up. Maxwell, Harris, Donoghue intercepts. Maxwell breathing down the neck of Nottingham.
Great, it was just a great vision from Maxwell to just see that front bumper. He came from quite far away, but he did see it, and it came up quite well for him.
Maxwell used to play for a very dominant Northern Thunder many years ago. Obviously taken a lot of experience from playing for Northern Thunder into this Leeds camp.
Definitely. Maxwell's got so many tricks in his pocket that, you know, pull that trick, take it down the line, do a reverse spin. That is one of his signature moves, and it works so well for this side because it provides that edge, you know. And it's hard as well. Dan Rigby and Lewis Harris easily in some of the top players in this league. You know, I'm trying not to be biased when I say that, but you know, they are doing so well. Dan and Lewis both on the England pathway, and I think sometimes it'd be quite difficult just to, you know, balance that out. But Jack Maxwell is a great addition on that other side. You know, there's not one weak side for Leeds. It's all very, very strong. Very evenly distributed.
Sam Langley trying to push Leeds back into their half. And Leighton Gee flicks the ball onto goal, denied by the keeper.
Just got to take his time here, I think. Just no need to worry. We've got 10 minutes left.
Sam Langley thought there could have been a 2-on-1 there, but mistakenly, Lewis Harris is in the keeper jersey. On court B, it is, I still believe, 1-0.
I believe so, as it looks.
Another fight for survival there for Sevenoaks and West Bromwich Albion Fossil. Sevenoaks obviously had a very tough season with only 4 players, very small squad. And also with the departure of Adam McAvoy, as he has become the England coach. Rigby, Maxwell, Rigby, Lewis Harris.
Just went a bit away from him there.
Nottingham could really make something of this kick now. A nice kick in on the sideline. Sean Donoghue just couldn't get around it. A ball just went slightly too wide for Sean Donoghue to receive, and it is a goal kick.
Nice flick on from Rigby there.
Substitution for Nottinghamshire PFC. Oh my god, I'm stumbling on my words a lot today, I'm very sorry. The twins are swapping. Sam Langley is coming off and Adam Langley is coming on.
Hopefully this means they might they've got a goal scoring opportunity. Like you said, Adam with his goal scoring statistics.
Absolutely.
Get another one here.
Adam Langley is quite accurate with shooting and passing. They look very relaxed, Nottinghamshire do, which if I was losing I'd probably be a little more frantic.
Got some good movements here, but it's opened it up for Rigby.
Just wide of the post there, that was really unlucky.
So obviously the danger of passing it around is, while it does move the opposition, it also moves yourselves, and you've got to have that solidity at the back to be able to cope with the passes, and it looked like it was just getting a bit away from them there.
Just a reminder, if you don't already, download the WFA Scoreline app and you can keep up to date with all of the statistics, matches, everything, absolutely everything. Jack, you're one of the people who has worked on the app. Anything you'd like to say about the app?
Download it? I don't know.
Download it. Wouldn't it be fun if we could get to the top of the charts on Apple or Android?
I think
from
we're
downloads.
around about 650 users the last time I checked.
That's
and that
incredible.
That was a few weeks ago, that was a month ago. So it may have inflated by now, I don't know.
So we are actually using the Scoreline app for all our statistics. We used to get a database sent to us with everything on spreadsheets. Now we do just use the Scoreline app. It is so handy to use, and I can see a live table where it says Leeds have played 19 games and are top of the league on 46 points, sorry. A point difference between Leeds and Teesside. Teesside do have a game in hand.
Lots of updates planned for Scoreline. We've got one coming soon where we'll have all historical data as well. So we'll be able to
Is this going to be on the Scoreline app?
Yep.
There you go, you heard it here first, guys.
We've got, I think, one of 7 updates that is planned, so quite a few things in the pipeline.
Incredible work. Thank you, Jack and all of the tech team for working on these apps and streaming. It's really helped elevate the game for many players, and it's helped spread an awareness of the sport as well. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
Right now we've got a chance here for Nottinghamshire PFC, who are trying to play it around the box.
Trying to find a gap now. This is a bit of danger for Leeds. I think this is the most pressure they've been under all game. Nottinghamshire have earned this pressure, but unfortunately...
Nottingham just need to generate a bit more power on that ball around the box. A few soft passes there were just not enough to make it to the next player.
I think maybe just take the time a little bit. I know they're losing. They've got 5 minutes, and 5 minutes, a lot can happen in 5 minutes.
Oh, it can indeed.
They just need to take their time, not rush it here.
Ideally, this is a game that Nottinghamshire need to win. They are both joint on played matches with Frossell, who are currently winning on the opposite... Oh, sorry, they're currently losing on the opposite pitch on Court B. Frossell are on 10 points and Nottinghamshire are on 9. If Nottinghamshire can pull back 3 goals, which is a tall ask, but pull back 3 goals, they would overtake West Bromwich Albion and Frossell.
Substitution inbound.
Kieran Wade has come on for Irish international Sean Donoghue. Kieran been in the game for quite a few years now, since I believe around 2013. I could be wrong there.
Bit of contact there.
Lewis Harris just lost awareness behind the back of the chair.
In that situation, even though it was both back of the chair contact, you've got to give it to Nottinghamshire, just because the rule states that if you're reversing, you're not in control of your chair, so you need to just watch yourself.
There's a really important game tomorrow for Nottinghamshire PFC, and it is 3:05 p.m. against Norwich City, who are at the bottom of the table at the minute and are deep in the relegation zone, sadly. I used to coach Norwich. I coached them last season, so I am biased to Norwich, but it is going to be such an important match for Nottinghamshire Norwich really, to come away with some points to get out of that zone. It is not a zone any player wants to be in. There's a lot of pressure for both of them.
And it's tough for Norwich. They've had a really tough season. Acclimatising, there's been a few things moving with them.
I feel bad because obviously I used to coach Norwich, and you're not allowed to coach a team if you are playing in the same league as them. Obviously I want to play. Playing comes first for me. So it's quite disappointing on my behalf. I feel quite guilty of put them in that position.
Oh, but it's one of them. I've had the same with Man City. Used to help out there quite a bit, but when it comes to playing, it's got to do sometimes the right thing. But
it is very hard decision to make. You love playing,
Absolutely.
but you also love coach, and I really loved, being able to coach younger players and helping brighten the future and educate the future of our sport, give back what I've learned through the years. And it is a hard decision because you're so torn, you're rooting for both teams. Yeah, it's just incredibly difficult.
Yeah, for me it was, I know at Leeds, the connection we've all got off the court is so good, and it was,
So you can watch Nottinghamshire again today at 2:10 against West Bromwich Albion, who will be looking to climb to the top of the table. And you can watch Leeds Chariots again today against myself, Aspire PFC, at 3:20.
That'll be a big game.
It will indeed.
Huge game for Leeds.
Leeds also tomorrow face West Bromwich Albion.
They've got a tough weekend. The top teams have got a tough weekend.
We're all playing each other, which is left the league on tenterhooks. I feel like it's not going to be decided who a winner is until that last game on Sunday.
All props to the fixtures. I know Adam Langley helps out with those. It's getting the exciting fixtures for the end of the season. I think is so important because we knew the league winners by January. It's going to be a bit.
Yeah.
But this is seriously who he's going to win. We don't know until tomorrow. It's a nightmare for the media teams, but.
Excuse me, I had the hiccups then. Yeah, it must be a big nightmare for you guys, always having to tweak that. And we've just had another goal, a hat-trick for Jack Maxwell. A beautiful assist from Dan Rigby again. It is full-time on Court B. And it is 1-0 to Sevenoaks.
Yeah, 3-0. I think Leeds will be happy with that result.
We are in the dying minutes of this match. I think it's pretty easy to say that maybe Leeds have run away with this victory here. You're not sure you're going to get 4 goals in a matter of 30 seconds.
No, it's one of them. I think damage control now for Nottingham. Don't let them score another goal. Whereas Leeds, they can just take their time. They've won this game.
And if it comes down to points at the bottom of that table, goal difference plays a huge difference.
Exactly.
I've lost a Premiership trophy before on goal difference, and it is heartbreaking. Ian Harley has blown the whistle, and it is 4-0. 3-0, sorry. 3-0 to Leeds Chariots, who now top the Optegra National League Premiership Division table. That's a mouthful, isn't it?
We'll have a look at the league table. I'll put the league table on screen so you can have a see.
So there's the table for you guys. You can see what's going on. Lots of games still to be played this weekend up until around 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jack, for joining me.
No worries. Thank you for that.
I will be back for the next game. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.